Yo, everyone, what is good? This is your boy Strictly. Welcome to the Strictly Gaming channel. I appreciate you all being here. Very excited to make this video because you all know I am very excited for Battlefield 2042 with all the information that we've gotten up until this point. And yesterday was a big day for Battlefield 2042 and all the information because, you know, the closed tech test was available to people who were invited. So we got a lot of gameplay to go over. A lot of different, things I see that's different from previous Battlefields that I played, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 4, things like that. So I'm gonna go over, little details that I see, little changes that I see within the gameplay. And this is not my gameplay. So, I shouldn't get, a copyright strike or anything for that because again, this is not my gameplay. So I'm trying to definitely make this video before it gets taken down because I'm pretty sure that video will be taken down because these people who were invited did sign an NDA not to put out this, this gameplay and things like that. So let's just get straight to it. Right off the bat, I want to say that I love the kind of transparent theme that they have going on in the game because one of my complaints in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 5 was when you look at objectives throughout the map, it's kind of hard to see. You kind of have to strain a little bit to see the objectives, and you had to kind of strain to see them on your map. And I didn't like that because it wasn't obvious. I like to just be really quick to be able to look at the objectives that I'm working on, or objectives that I'm trying to push and take, and just kind of go about my business. And in 5 and 4, it takes a long time to get used to because again, they're kind of like grayed out and things like that. And I didn't like that. But right here, you can see on the mini map, it's like either a teal color if you have the objective and it's red if you don't, and it's very obvious. It's very I just like that transparent theme that they have throughout the game, and it is like that throughout all of the objectives. So when you're on the map, you're kind of looking at objectives actively on the map, it is like that as well. So it's pretty easy to see. So right off the bat, I do love that whole transparent teal and red theme going on within the game. Let's keep it moving. And there's not a lot of gunplay in a lot of these clips, just a FYI. But right here, let me fall back a little bit so I can show y'all this real quick. Give it a second. Let me let it come up. So right here, you have the inventory system. One thing you can notice is he changed out his scope on the fly. That's a big component because it makes a lot of guns very versatile. I like to run red dots and reflex sights and things like that because I push a lot. I push enemies, I'm running guns. So I'm not using these big scopes. But if you're getting in a lot, some games are different. When you get in some matches and it's more, long range engagements, you're probably going to want to change to a 2x scope or something to that nature. I probably still won't, if I'm being honest with you. I do not like big scopes and things like that because again, I like to push people, but it is a good change again because it makes a lot of guns way more versatile. I love the inventory system and the transparent theme that they have going on through the game. You can see it, to where it's not like taking up a big part of your screen, and it's not like a solid color to where you cannot see through it. You can still see, pretty well what's going on around you, even with the inventory system up. So I really love that theme that they have going on. It seems like that they're prioritizing the visuals of the player and being able to easily spot things and things like that. Excuse me. So that's something that I did notice, and I really like it. In the inventory system, you can quickly change out anything. It's not just the scopes. You can add a suppressor if you want, an extended mag, whatever it may be, foregrip, angle grip, whatever, and that's a big component, man. I really love that. And again, this is I'm getting heavy Battlefield 4 vibes from this game, along with like Battlefield 5 movement and things like that. So, let's keep moving. And again, not a lot of gunplay in a lot of these clips. But the gunplay that you do see, it's not really crazy. I think right here, if I'm not mistaken, the dude pulled out his parachute way too early and ended up dying. So we didn't get to see what he was going to do in regards to pushing that person over there in the woods. So let me pause it right here. First of all, you can see you can change your guns out on the fly as well. That's pretty much been in every Battlefield, at least from the ones I played, Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 5. You had to wait till you died, of course, but once you died, you can pick a new class. You could change your weapons for that class or whatever it may be. Right here, this looks like a KSP. The top left weapon, the bottom looks like a Chris Vector. You have a couple a couple weapons. The assault rifle, I want to say that I'm not sure what that is honestly, but it looks like a maybe an M4. The bottom one looks like kind of like an AK type, maybe a RPK, something to that nature. But I'm definitely liking, again, the transparency system, and I have to say that a lot because, again, they're prioritizing player visibility in this game, and that was a big issue again in previous Battlefields. Even when players would be laying in prone, and you would need a player would be laying in prone right in front of you. You can't see him due to the environment. So I'm definitely interested to see how that is in the game as well. Of course, you can see the throwables, a frag grenade, gadget, supply crate. I think the 2 gadgets I do know about so far is the supply crate and the medical bag. I'm not sure if there's any more, but you can carry each one of those. There is specialists, of course, in this game. I want to say at launch there's like 10 of them, and every specialist does have like a special ability, whether it be a drone, whether it be I like Irish. Irish was announced yesterday, and I want to say his specialist was the shield. So you could deploy a shield that blocks incoming projectiles and things like that. So every specialist has something to look forward to, something different. So we're going to see. They haven't announced every specialist system or every specialist special ability, so can't wait to hear more about that. Let's keep it moving. I'm gonna pause right here, and if you don't play Battlefield, or if you're brand new to Battlefield, you should know that one of the biggest, if not the biggest mode that people play is Conquest. And Conquest is a large scale domination. If you play Call of Duty, you probably play domination. And that's what Conquest is. This is a large scale domination, but they're changing it up. And what they're doing is they're adding sectors within a certain point. So right now I'm kind of confused because I don't know if this big area is just one point on the map. I don't know if this is the whole map right here, or if this is just part of the map. So I can only speculate, kind of on this. But for example, if you want to capture, say you have a point C, right? Crypto plant they have right here for the objective C, but you have to capture the majority of the sectors to capture that point. And actually, let me say this. I don't know if it's the majority of sectors or you have to capture every single sector in order to take control of that objective. So that's kind of left up, in the air. I don't know the answer to that, but I definitely like it because there's going to be a lot of gunfights, and it's a little bit different from your normal Conquest. And Conquest, you'll still be able to play. It'll be in Battlefield Portal. If you all want another video in regards to that, let me know, and I'll make sure I make a video on Battlefield Portal and what I think about that and the pros and cons and things like that. But right here is definitely exciting, man, because again, transparency, and I'm loving the sectors and things like that, because you could split teams up of 4. And if you did not know, every team has a player count of 4, and you could split squads up. You could do, if you have like 12 people online, everyone has a 4-person team, and you can go get different sectors and really capture an objective. So it's really, not gameplay, but squad play and communication is very important in Battlefield, and it's no different here. So you can see he spawned with a different gun. He's using the inventory system again. I do believe he gets in a gunfight here, somewhere around here. Because he shows off the grapple hook mechanic. There is a specialist that does use a grapple hook, which is really good because it verticality, and things like that. So, and that's something I'm definitely looking at using, man. I like to be versatile on the battlefield when I'm in gunfights and things like that. So definitely looking at using that specialist with the grapple hook. But again, I'm gonna pause it right here real quick. Remember, I told you on the map, you can easily see objective points. And this is what I mean, because in previous Battlefields, it was like gray, so it was hard to see. And you had to really kind of strain to see what objective you were going for. But here you can easily see what objective you want to go for. So I really, really like that quality of life improvement to this game. Let me see. He's going to, I watched this a couple times, so I kind of memorize certain parts of it. Right here, he's going to use the grapple hook to get up on top of this ledge here, because he tries to jump up here first, didn't work. So he ends up switching to his grapple hook and grappling up top of this ledge here. And large scale battles obviously is a big component of Battlefield. I really like the aesthetics and the in the environment. You know, I love modern weapons. I love the whole modern feel of video games, and this is a big reason why I'm so, you know, ready for 2042. Of course, this is the gunfight that I mentioned. He's going to use a grapple hook here on this rock, you know, to engage this person. And he does end up winning this gunfight, by the way. The gun he is using is, you know, it's called something different in the game, you know, because, you know, they can't use the actual gun names, but it's a Chris Vector, by the way. This is a Chris Vector. I love that reflex sight, by the way. Those are the type of sights that I use. Here you go. He wins this gunfight. And he's right here. He throws down, I want to say, an ammo box. So this is one of the, again, you could use an ammo box or a medic box. There may be other options, but, you know, he kind of, you know, uses that ammo box, refills his ammo, and keeps it moving. And I appreciate that. And also right here, you do see a player is down. You see the circle going around. The circle going around and shrinking. That's basically how long you have to revive a teammate. And I also love this quality of life improvement as well. If you look at the squad mates and you see the little bars, it is very easy to see where their health is at. You know, and I like that too. Again, this game is giving us a lot of quality of life improvements that I did not like in Battlefield 5 and things like that. Something to really, really appreciate, for now at least. You know, you see the score. Let me see. You see the red dot showed up on this mini map right there. Wasn't sure what that is. It looked like it was a vehicle, maybe a chopper or something in the sky. And there's not a lot of gunfights in these videos, but right here he's picking up someone else's weapon just to kind of see what weapons they're using. That looks, I don't know what that is. It looked like an AR though. That's definitely an AR. Right here, he ends up dropping a supply crate for ammo for the other teammates, and for other people to use the ammo crate or the medical crate. They don't need to be exactly in your squad; they just need to be on the team. Because if you don't know, it's 64v64 on these big maps, you know. And again, you have a squad of 4 people, but they just have to be on the same team. They don't have to be on the same squad to use those medical crates and ammo crates and things like that. He gets mad because the chopper ends up leaving him right here. He tries to spawn his own tank because he ends up running to a tank up here on the hill, and he tries to deploy a tank, but for some reason it didn't drop. And that's like the second time I did see that happen. So maybe it's just a problem with the tech test, but he wasn't able to spawn a tank. It literally never dropped. You know, but the game just looks really good, man. Like I'm loving the gameplay mechanics, man. I'm really liking what I see in this game. Really liking what I see in this game. You know, again, the aesthetics, the movement system, the weapons, the things you could change out on the fly. Right there, I do want to say this though. The slap mechanic can be OP because he slid so far, and how quickly it takes for you to rejuvenate the next slide. So that may need some work. Again, because that thing can be OP. We all know, especially if you play Call of Duty, you know, Cold War in the beginning of the game when it first dropped. The slap mechanic is a very OP mechanic if you know how to use it. So, you know, hey man, they probably need to nerf that just a little bit. You know, maybe nerf how far you can slide or how quickly you can go into the next slide. Obviously, you've seen a promoted tab just drop down because he ranked up. You do that simply by playing the game, and you're going to unlock attachments. That right there is that thing called Ranger. It's a robot dog. Again, that is a I'm not sure if that's specified to a specialist or not, but it's just a robotic dog that, you know, shoots people and things like that. Hopefully the damage output of Ranger isn't crazy, man, because it'll be OP if it's like if he has a heavy damage output. That and the turrets, you know, but I'm sure damage from turrets and the robotic dog won't be crazy. Again, you can easily see the objectives you're going for because it's kind of transparent, bright red type of theme they got going on in this game. Again, I love that theme, man. I really, really love that theme. I can't state that enough. Quality of life improvements is crazy. Very good way to this is a very smart way to approach a gunfight, you know. Getting high ground, obviously, if you're if you play for FPS shooters a lot, or regardless of what you play in any type of competitive shooter, You know, high ground is always the move, always the best way to approach a gunfight if you possibly can. He sees a player over here on the left, I believe. Good shots on him. Good shots on him. I like that scope too, by the way. I'm not going to play with it, but I do like the scope. I like that you could jump and grapple at the same time. I definitely like that mechanic. Again, versatility and verticality is big for me personally. I like being versatile in any gunfight. I like to be able to approach any gunfight. So that is big to me. I'm loving this map too, by the way. The map has a lot of different areas and environments to take advantage of, high ground, you know, things like that. Definitely liking that. And I know this is a long video, but I really was excited to do this breakdown, man, because you already know, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm very excited for Battlefield 2042, man. You know, Call of Duty hasn't been it the last few years. We need some competition out here in these first-person shooter streets. You know, Halo Infinite looks solid too. That's coming out this year. Battlefield 2042 coming out. Call of Duty Vanguard. Honestly, Call of Duty Vanguard has some great information coming out as well. I'm not going to hold you. So I'm keeping my eye out on that too, man, with the content, skill-based matchmaking, you know, and all of that. I'm definitely keeping an eye out on that to see what they show. And it's funny because I said I wasn't getting Call of Duty, but I'm not going to get it if they don't fix these issues that I have. That's just not happening. But it would be crazy to have 3 freaking first-person shooters to play. That shit would be insane. So yeah, you do see them capping the point. Dang, they busting up in that tunnel, boy. So they trying to take someone out, whoever been there. Shouldn't have too much left within this gameplay either. And I don't really think that there's too much that I can see that we haven't pointed out already. He's trying to deploy a vehicle. Did this one ever deploy though? I don't think it ever deployed. Yeah, see, and that's been a problem with this tech test. People, and I've seen this like literally this is like the 3rd or 4th time. That's why he's looking up. He's like, yo, where's Zank at? You feel me? So that's been a problem with the tech test, is people trying to get deploy vehicles deploy and they don't. So you already know. But I'm pretty sure that'll be fixed before the beta. Uses the grapple hook function again. And this is going to be really fun to play with teammates, man. Communication in Battlefield is insanely important. Insanely important. Communication, approaches to gunfights, versatility. Everyone can't be running the same class, the same specialist. Yo, he came up out of nowhere, bro. And you see right here, they do have the revive system, request revive or don't revive me. I do like the don't revive me mechanic just because, or option, just because sometimes in Battlefield, you'll spawn in and you'll choose the wrong class and you just want to die so you can just pick the right class you want in the first place. And I'll tell people not to revive me. But sometimes your squad mates will revive you anyway because they either don't hear you or they just in a gunfight, so they're just not paying attention to exactly what you're saying. So I do like that option. Man, the map looks really, really good, man. It looks really, really good. And you could see because they had, so remember earlier, I did ask the question. I didn't know if you needed all points in order to capture an objective. Excuse me. But it looks like you don't, because as you could see, you know, his team has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of what, 8. So since they hold majority, you can see up top of the screen, it says Crypto Plant C is captured by them. So yeah, you don't need every single objective. You do need most of the objectives to capture that point. So that makes sense though. I don't think that you should need every single sector within an objective to capture that objective. That would be insane. And so, you know, he's clicking on these vehicles, trying to get them to spawn or trying to get them to deploy, and they won't deploy. But I did think he did deploy in a vehicle. It just didn't deploy before. He just spawned on a vehicle is what I meant to say. Of course, he got the shoddy ID. He does end up, you know, changing on the fly. He puts foregrip on there. He also puts a suppressor on there as well. Keeps the iron sights. And shotguns have been OP as hell in Battlefield. So I'm hoping that these shotguns aren't too OP, man. I'm hoping. Because if I'm running a assault rifle or SMG and I'm 10, 15 feet away, you shouldn't be able to one-shot me with a shotgun. That should not be possible. It should not be a thing. It just shouldn't. And I hate that shit. Because that shit happens a lot in battle. They're super OP in Battlefield 5. Super OP. He pushing with that shotgun. I don't think he ends up running into anybody though. Man, Battlefield 2042 looks. I cannot wait for this game, you all, man. But yeah, man. I mean, this video is coming down to an end. I mean, I think these are the last seconds. Yeah, he ends up stopping the stream. But yeah, man, just wanted to point out some things that I seen and some things that I did like. You know, I think I named a couple. You know, one or two things that I didn't like or had concerns about. But outside of that, man, I'm very happy and excited from what I see, man. It's looking like, you know, what we all want: Battlefield 4 game with Battlefield 5, you know, mechanics and gameplay. And that is big, you know, and it seems like EA is listening to us in that regard, you know. So again, I'm just very excited for. I see a lot of people excited on Twitter as well. With that being said, man, let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you like, what you didn't like, you know, if you're excited for it, if you're not, what your concerns are, you know, and just let me know, man. I definitely look forward to seeing what people say, you know, about this breakdown and seeing what people think about the game in general. But with that being said, this is your boy Strictly. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. It helps the channel out a ton, man. Hit the subscribe button if you like content and you want to see more content from me in the future. And please hit the notification bell if you want to be notified by any content I will be uploading in the future. With that being said, happy Friday, everyone, man. It's your boy Strictly, and I'm out. Deuces.